Good day, sir. I'm Rachel Wayan, and I'm here to present my research study entitled Hajj. Hajj is one of the five fundamental pillars of Islam. According to Invitation of Islam 2017, that Hajj is a sacramental that is intended to promote the bonds of Islamic brotherhood and sisterhood by showing that everybody is equivalent in the eyes of Allah. This is performed during the month of Dhul Hijjah, which is the 12th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. Then the origin of Hajj date back to 2000 before Christ, and it was when Ishmael, the son of Prophet Ibrahim, and his wife Hagar were stuck in the desert. Then their angel Jibril descended to earth and created the well of Zimzim. In 630 Anno Domini, numerous worshippers of all faiths had traveled to binge at the site. According to the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica NB, that Hajj is an obligatory activity on all Muslims who are physically and financially incapable of making their trip to Mecca. And according to Ghani and Lipta 2013, that the annual Hajj have more than a million pilgrims had entered in Saudi Arabia from abroad. According to Hajj Facts 2021, that Hajjus is the given name and an optional title that a certain Muslim gain in the completion of the journey in the period of 5 to 6 days. And the researcher wanted to study this and able to gain and provide knowledge and information to everybody who is interested about Islamic culture and practices. This study aims to describe and determine the history of Hajj, and particularly it aims to answer the following questions. What is the importance of Hajj in Islam? How did Hajj contribute to the Islamic culture? And what are the challenges encountered by the Muslims in the process of performing Hajj pilgrims on Mecca? The general objectives of this study are to describe and determine the history of Hajj. Particularly, it desires to know the importance of Hajj in Islam, to determine the contributions of Hajj to the Islamic culture, and to identify the challenges encountered by the Muslims in the process of performing Hajj pilgrims in Mecca. The following are beneficial to this study. First is the Islam community, since it would give them certain information regarding the Islamic culture and tradition that would help them to gain awareness about the importance of performing Hajj as one of the fundamental pillars of Islam. Next is for history major students, since it would give them information and knowledge about the importance of performing Hajj among Islam community. And for the researchers and future researchers, this study will serve as a reference when they are interested in conducting about the study of Islam, specifically the Hajj as one of the five pillars of Islam. This study is a descriptive and narrative methods and acquired from the secondary sources such as the internet sources, books, published or unpublished articles, and journals. Moreover, the gathered data will then be assessed to answer the research problems. Next is the presentation of data. First is the importance of Hajj. According to the importance of Hajj 2019, that there are three reasons that makes Hajj imperative. First, the Hajj is the fifth fundamental pillars of Islam that builds a foundation upon its existence and was a classic transport to improve the doctrine of the Islamic religion. Second, Hajj is not merely focusing on the mind of the believer towards Allah, yet has the boundless potentials of imparting a symbolic empowerment for challenging as well as overcoming various life's challenges. And Hajj would definitely take forward through its experiences the light of acknowledgement for any person. According to Apnes NB, that pilgrims seeks to deepen Islamic faith on the Hajj. It also enhances quality among mankind, whether you may be an Arab or non-Arab, white nor black, rich nor poor, since it provides an opportunity of self-renewal among Muslims, and it also saves lives by making this journey. Furthermore, it provides a feeling of persistence and dread of the day of judgment as if polishes consciences of a strong believer in every action. Second is the contribution of Hajj to the Islamic culture. According to Clinging Smith v. et al. 2008, that the effects of Hajj could be determined by a change in religious commitment. While the Embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia 2018 argues that Hajj marked a totality of absence of any possible disagreements or disputes among pilgrims, while the pilgrim accounts stress that the Hajj leads to a sense of unity towards the fellow Muslims. Next is the challenges encountered in the process of performing Hajj pilgrims in Mecca. According to Eastern Mediterranean Health Journal 2019, that the Hajj pilgrims are susceptible to the numbers of significant health risks. While Lanslett 2006 discusses in his review, which entitled Health Risk in the Hajj, the emerging and increasing communicable diseases and the ways of preventing diseases in the process of performing Hajj, and according to Gutred A.R. and Sheikh A.N.B., that the important risk during the Hajj is the heat innervation, heat stroke, transmittable diseases, and injuries. While according to Stratford 2018, that there are also history of violence during the Hajj, such as a terrorism that take a number of lives. And on top of that, Clinging Smith v. et al. 2008 that the main challenge of estimating the effects of Hajj relates to the selection bias or pilgrims could contrast from the average number of evaluation. Performing Hajj led to a better life because of acquiring better character, peace of mind, and a good moral sense. It also promotes equality in the Islamic community, regardless of sex and gender, since they created a sense of unity in the diversity. However, this religious activity is also prone to various risks such as transmittable diseases or non-infectious diseases, as well as injuries that would become a threat to each pilgrim. Thus, it is essential to be aware about the possible outcome it may bring, in able to be more prepared in how to solve the problem and avoid the plausible harm. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and keep safe and God bless us all.